The rise of the antagonist. What makes the antagonist so diverse, so authentic? The idea of the antagonist, the bad guy, simply being the bad guy and nothing more, is kind of like old thought. It's kind of like an old thought pattern. So when antagonists come out in movies, video games, books, they always have to have a good sense of argumentation. I went to college for argumentation, so one of the most important parts of storytelling is to always have an argument that counters the goodness, or the protagonist, or the lead argument. They always need a counter argument. And the argument needs to be in fiction, not in real life, but in real life it is talked about in argumentation and stuff like that. That the antagonizing argument, the argumentation of the counter argument, should have a good hypothesis and a good clause to it. And good storytelling means that there should be good argumentation, okay? That the antagonist should outsmart the duality and the mentality of the good guys, to the point where he is the hero. The villain becomes the hero in a sense, because his argumentation, his counter-argument throughout the story, should be the hypothesis of the good guy. There should be so much argumentation, and I want to see a film, my childhood film, the film I always wanted since childhood, of the bad guy having more right than the bad guy having the more right than the good guy. I always wanted to see that, and the only thing the good guy is fighting for is something like in vain or vanity or something like that. It's like, oh, I have to be good. That's my argument. And it's the foundation of writing 101. Is having the antagonist having a sound argument that can outwit any argumentation the good guy can come up with. So it is very important for every part, every version of a film, to have good argumentation for the villain, for him to be humanized, and for what used to be called evil to be more in line with a human perspective. The whole point of argumentation is to have an argument and a counter-argument. And it can definitely work with filmography, the art of filmography. And having the villain be more humanistic than the good guys is definitely a very, very good way to display fantastic argumentation between two different points, an argument and a counter-argument. And it's a good way to make the villains more personal than the good guys. The good guy is the white, clean slate of, I want to do good. But the bad guys have so much argumentation and all that. And a dramatized backstory. And just something that makes it overarchingly great. Fantastic. So that's just what I wanted to do real quick. Just make a video about this. Argumentation. Just want to ask is, like, what are the variants of good? What are the variants of evil? And kind of dissimulate your beliefs on what is good and what is evil, to where the bad guy has this traumatizing past where his father died and his dog passed away a week later, right? So he's trying to change society to what his father wanted. And he's trying to ride the coattails of his father. Then he assimilates his own power, and he starts growing his own philosophy like his father taught him. And then we have the clean slate good guy that's just like, no, society should stay the same. We are the heroes. We are this. We are that. I would really love to see more filmography with this type of mentality. This type of mentality where we're rooting for the villains. Because we're living in a world where everything is starting to become opposite, and the philosophies change throughout society. So we have to find a way to make the villains more humanistic, more human than the good guy. And the good guy is just the clean slate. The wants to fight for justice, has a typical morality and that type of stuff. And why don't the bad guys have their own laws of justice? We've never seen a lawful evil type of mentality in film that much, or the neutral evil. So it really does kind of go to the point of why not? We should, why not? The villain go out saying one's own autonomy in a society where we are strictly forced to have, let's say it's kind of like a Chinese monk warrior society. It's like, oh, you must have, dedication in, meditation arts, you must have tattoos all around you to bind your in slavery, and then you must do what is good, and your tattoos mean good. Why can't the villain go around saying one's own autonomy, one's own body, is thy will to choose, for example? I just wanted to end the video with that example. But yes, argumentation is solid. It is a solid way, and it's definitely a good reason to go to college. Like, in real life, not just talking about movies and artistic philosophies and artistic nuance and all that type of stuff. But, like, go to college, learn argumentation. That every single argument does have a solid counter-argument.